Everyone, hope I'm audible. The issue was because, I think now you can see I was just setting this up. It's taking some time, but now it has happened. So who all are there? Hello, Ankit, Aditya, Samriddhi, Floyd. System set hai. हाँ. How is it looking, by the way? It's the first time that I am live through my this kind of system. I was not, thinking of having this installed, but then I felt that teaching data interpretation without this screen is not gonna work. By the way, I have chosen XAT 2018 sets for now. Hey Prathamesh, looking cool? Yeah, I'm good. Okay. Setup is good, Sanchit, yes. Jacket. It's from this, what do you call it? Soul Store. All right. So data sufficiency, there are basically, so what I have chosen for now, there's also kind of a testing for me. Testing means, I mean, for this setup, so there'll be, I was planning of having 8 hours long stream, but then I thought, what if, something wrong goes in terms of technical glitches. So this is the first thing. So what I'm doing here, 2018 के सारे sets, दो sets data sufficiency के थे, दो sets data interpretation के थे, तो ये दोनों हम यहाँ पे कर लेंगे. All right. Is that cool? That is what we'll do. And once this is, this runs smoothly, I might conduct one more session at 9 p.m. today itself, our regular time. If not, then tomorrow there will be, what I'll do. I will go year wise. There are two ways. One is like if I, go for 8 hours for all the PYQs. Other is I'll choose 1 year, which will run from 1 to 2 hours, 1.5 hours, and keep on doing it. So tomorrow we'll be having two such streams. Day after tomorrow, three such streams. We'll be covering up everything from 2018 to 25, which makes it 8 years. So 8 different streams so that even you are not confused that which year you have to go for. All right. Cool then. Great setup. Thank you, Harshit. So throw some likes, guys. So data sufficiency, the first two sets is what we're gonna do. So okay. Accordingly, choose the, okay, is the screen clearly visible? I think it is. So it says, accordingly, choose the appropriate option given below. The questions, a group of 6 friends, notice that some of their ages is the square of a prime number. What is the average age of the group? We have two statements. First says all members are between 50 and 85 years of age. And statement 2, that says standard deviation of their ages is 4.6. Okay. Now we have to answer the question, whether we can answer the question. So statement 1 alone is sufficient to answer, 2 alone is sufficient, either is sufficient, both are required, and additional information. Additional means it can't be determined, like we will be having. We need to, last option is not visible, Aditya. Last option is additional information is required. That means neither of the statements, even combined are useful for us. So that's what. Visible, right? Okay. Let me go aside. I'll wait for 3 minutes. Last option not visible. Wait. New setup. Yes, I think. How is my voice? Options are visible, right? Just go on full screen. I think it's visible because I can see in my other screen it's totally visible. सेटअप ही ऐसा किया है यार यश. Issues from your end. All right, Adit. And how is the voice? Is the voice good? The microphone sounds great. आज टेस्टिंग बिस्की हो जाएगी. Offline coaching, it's not possible. The reason is simple because uh, people are living in different cities, different geographical domains. Opening up a center everywhere is not a great idea. It is not possible. But yeah, I'm thinking of one thing. Probably when the crash course starts, which will be in the month of August, I will create a cohort of 100 people. We'll go to the mountains and I will teach people in offline way for last 3 months. Whoever wants to go there on mountains, we can do that, but that'll be happening in the month of August. इसी दिन का इंतजार था. चलो, टाइम अप. I think the screen also looks good. This white and black or white looks good. तो इन्वेस्टमेंट चलो काम आ गई. आज टेस्टिंग हो गई. आई टेल यू 8.5 लाख रुपए लगे मेरे इसके अंदर to make everything clear, the lighting and the most of things. I'm yet to do the soundproofing. It's not complete yet. Take 1 week more. But I think still sound is good. Okay. That's all. I can't see any answers. Saade 8, yes, 8.5 that is. Aditi, in case you don't know Hindi, you know it. Ankit says 4. Both statements are required to answer. Okay. Chalo, let's see. So, friends, notice sum of their ages is square of a prime number. Okay. And statement 1 says all members are between 50 and 85 years of age. So all members are between this and this age. So basically, it's for each of the person, right? So overall, if I say that all people are 50 years of age, then total sum will be 50 into 6, that is 300. So इनका age का sum 300 से ज़्यादा होगा, that is for sure. And 85 multiplied by 6, if I do that, I'll get 510. So one thing is for sure that these guys, the sum of these guys will lie between 300 and 510. Is that right? Good evening, Akshat. Is that right? Yes? Hannah? Yes or no? So the sum of their ages should lie between 300 and 510. This is what we get from statement number 1. All right. Okay. And in the question stem, it's given that it's a square of prime number. ये the question statement था. ये statement 1 or 2 की बात तो है नहीं. Square of prime number. So do we have any square of prime number which lies between 300 and 510? Yes. 19 square is 361. Isn't it? If I go below it, that is 18 square. You get how much? You get 18 square is how much? 324. But this is not a prime number. It is not a prime number. So prime number भी चाहिए, square भी चाहिए. 19. Next is 23. 23 square is how much? 529. Now 5 to 9 has crossed this limit. So basically we have only one possibility, which is this one. 19 square is 361. Is that clear? So now we are sure that the sum of their ages is 361. Find the average. You can divide by 6 and get the answer. We don't have to find the averages here. We just have to find whether the question is whether the answer is determinable or not. It is by using statement number 1. So with statement 1, I'm able to answer the question. Coming to statement 2. The standard deviation of the region is 4.6. Now this would make no sense. Standard deviation is statistical data which is useful only when we know all the ages individually. That is only when we can use standard deviation. It is right. So for standard deviation, we need the average age. Also, we know the individual ages. Let's say this is xi minus x, but x bar is the average. Xi, and we calculate that, right? By the way, standard deviation is not even in the syllabus. Even if it is just for making you confused. So you can use standard deviation if and only if you know this value xi, that means individual values, in this case individual ages, which is you're not able to find that. So statement 2 is not sufficient. Statement 2 alone is sufficient. We'll go for option 1, and I can see nobody has answered it correctly. Yeah, Prathamesh, exactly. We should know the actual data. किसी एक ने भी सही नहीं करा है. I'm not very happy to see this. Anyway, so let's go to the next question. Let's see how many of you do the next question. Okay. So how do I go there? I don't even know. Okay. Here we are. We have done this one. All right, perfect. So there is only one DS. Said there was one more. Is that all? Okay, that's all. DI now. So for data interpretation, we have 2 sets here. All right, and the first set is this. I hope it is visible to everyone. I'm going full screen mode now. Yes. 6 teams are playing in a hockey tournament, but each team is playing against every other team exactly once. At an intermediate stage, the stage is as follows. So I will not, give any kind of, hint now. I'll wait for a few minutes. Till then, you can solve it, right? So I also have access to stopwatch here. So stopwatch, I'm starting this and I'll wait for exactly 5 minutes. I'll show you the questions also because you need to see the questions, right? So अंकित नहीं कर पाएंगे ना 50-85 तक लिमिट दी थी. That was not the actual age of anyone. You want to see the questions? This is the first question. एक काम करो, all of you see the questions first. The first question says which of the following matches are yet to be played. यहाँ पे दिया है team A, team B and team C, team D. So 5 options are there. So this is something which you need to find out by looking at the table. The main thing is table only. Okay, this question has been asked. Also, there is a second question: which combination is correct? Here it says team A played with team D and the score was 1-0. Team A with team E score was 2-1 and so on. So essentially, you'll have to find these scores. Then only you can answer the question. Similarly, the third question. One, two, and that's all. Okay. So here we are. Just solve this and then we can go on to the questions also. There's one more question which I'll send you in the chat. I'm out of focus now. I think the questions are pretty much visible. Pratmesh, one thing I observed in cat and Zad and cat, all the needs to be used for arriving at an answer. In Zad, there is boatload of unnecessary information, so seeing question first is helpful. Absolutely, Pratmesh, and that is the reason I showed you the question. And there is something which, all the people who are watching it, this is an important information that you need to, for that specifically, see the questions first of data interpretation, and then you know what has to be exactly done. Otherwise, you'll end up wasting time. The last question, I have put it in the pinned comment. I think you can see that, right? Which of the following score line is not a possible outcome in the tournament? Goals conceded, like goals against them. It's like goals against them. So basically, Team A has scored 6 goals and 1 goal was conceded. That means against them. Mayur says goal khai. Simple Basha. Right. Hmm. Vihang. Hi, good afternoon. So tell me something. After looking at the questions, okay, let's talk about this. After looking at the questions, what do you think is required? First of all, like what in what way? Essentially, in all the data interpretation question, you have to look at the data that is given to you and then interpret it in a meaningful information, right? So, what is meaningful? Meaningful is something which will give us the exact answers of the questions that were asked. So now we know the questions and we know the answer should be in what format. So what all things do you have to decipher from this information? What do you think? First is you need to decipher that which all matches were exactly played, isn't it? Like which team played with which team? That is the first thing you need to know. The other thing you need to know is that how many goals were, what was the score basically? So which all matches happened between which teams and how what was the score? I think if you write down these 3 points, all the questions will be solved. Yes or no? नहीं अंकित यहाँ पे नॉकआउट और वो सब है ही नहीं कुछ भी नहीं है वो तो दिया रहेगा all of you is that clear so what do we know the questions and we need meaningful information out of this table so we need to know which all matches actually happened and what was the score. That is the only thing that we need to know. Yes or no? Good evening, Arithro. All of you get that? And is that what you are also trying to determine? Great, Samir. Yeah, that is what we actually want. This question should take not more than 5 minutes, at max 6 minutes. I'll tell you why. Because marking the answers would take you hardly 10 seconds, 5 seconds each. The main time will be in drawing the table or the meaningful information that we want to decipher. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. I can see here that people are not answering anything. So the first hint that I want to give you is okay. Yes. So, what all possibilities do we have for, let's say, A. Okay, now we know about A one thing, that A has played 2 matches. That is what we know, isn't it? That's what we know, right? 2 matches team A has played, and A has won both those matches, lost nothing, and drawn nothing, and 5 goals were scored, one was conceded, like 1 goal उसके खिलाफ पड़ा. अच्छा, एक बात और यहाँ पे एक बात ध्यान देनी है. दिस इज एन इंटरमीडिएट स्टेज. व्हाट डज इट मीन इंटरमीडिएट स्टेज? दैट द टूर्नामेंट इज नॉट ओवर येट. अभी कुछ गेम्स बचे होंगे. हाँ या ना, ये बात समझ में आई? तो दिस इज ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट व्हाट हैज बीन गिवन हियर इट सीम्स वाज एन इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट. अब टूर्नामेंट हॉकी का है नहीं है, ये इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. Each team is playing against every other team exactly once. And at an intermediate stage, this is what has happened. So basically, this table is not comprehensive. More entry should be there upon the ending of the tournament. The tournament has not ended, but yeah, these matches have happened. Now, also, I want to ask you one more thing. How many matches have happened? Can you answer me that? Just by looking at this. There are 6 teams, and every team has played with every other team exactly once. How many matches have happened here? देखते हैं, चलो. So, if I try to write information about Team A, what all score lines are possible for Team A? So, Team A has played 2 matches. All right. Overall, 5 goals उन्होंने स्कोर किए हैं और 1 गोल खाया है. तो पहले मैच में हो सकता है कि उन्होंने 4 गोल्स, दूसरे ने 1 गोल मारा हो. दैट इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी. और दूसरे मैच में 1-0. Yes or no? Do you understand this? Do you understand this? Yes or no? Overall 6 मैचेस हुए हैं एग्जैक्टली. हाँ अंकित, 12 मैचेस नहीं हुए क्योंकि एक मैच को 2 लोग खेलते हैं. वेल, देखते हैं. फिलहाल ये एक पॉसिबिलिटी है क्या? हाँ या ना? कि ए ने 2 मैच खेले, पहले मैच में उसका स्कोर 4-1 रहा, दूसरे 1-0 रहा. तो ये हमें कैसे मालूम पड़ रहा है कि हमें ये पहला 4 + 1 5 के बराबर आना चाहिए, दूसरा 1 + 0 1 के बराबर आना चाहिए. ऐसी कितनी पॉसिबिलिटीज हैं ए के लिए, ये हमें देखना होगा. अगला है कि मान लो यहाँ पे 3-1 का स्कोर हो गया, मुझे 5-1 चाहिए, 5-1 चाहिए, तो मैं क्या करूंगा? यहाँ पे 2-0 कर दूंगा. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट? सो बेसिकली आई नीड 5-1. तो 4 + 1 5, 1 + 0 1, 3 + 2 5, 1 + 0. तो ये टीम ए का है. किसके साथ है ये हमें नहीं पता, बट जिसके साथ भी होगा यही सब पॉसिबिलिटी हो सकती है. अगला है कि 2-1 का स्कोर हो जाए, 2-1, मुझे 5-1 चाहिए था, तो यहाँ पे 3 होगा और ये 0 हो जाएगा. इज दैट राइट? डू यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस? ऑल ऑफ यू गेट इट? इज देयर एनी अदर पॉसिबिलिटी? तो यू विल से इसके नीचे जाके 1-0 करना चाहिए, बट नहीं करना है क्योंकि वो ऑलरेडी मैंने काउंट कर लिया. अंडरस्टूड? तो वी हैव दीज 3 पॉसिबिलिटीज. 4-1 में एक कम कर दिया, यहाँ पे एक बढ़ाता गया. तो बहुत सिंपल है. इसको अगर तुम लॉजिकली सोचो तो बहुत कॉमन सेंस की बात है. यहाँ मैंने 1 फिक्स रखा, यहाँ 0 फिक्स रखा, यहाँ 4-3-2 किया, ये 1-2-3 हो गया. अब इसको मैं 1-0 नहीं करूंगा क्योंकि 1-0 पे दोबारा हम यहाँ पहुंच जाएंगे, तो दैट विल बी अ रिपीटिशन. ऑलराइट, सो वी हैव दीज पॉसिबिलिटीज. That is for sure. So now I would again wait for 2 minutes and see, because I have given you the hint that how you have to approach this question. I'll wait 2 minutes more and see if anybody answers, or maybe you can just tell me that this is how you were trying to approach. Okay. So now you have to write this thing for B, C, D, E, and F. Write that all. You'll be getting enough understanding of how to do this. संस्कृति ने आंसर शायद बता दिया है. All right, संस्कृति, well done. संस्कृति, is this how you approach the question? Some of you feel this is the best approach because this gives you enough data that what exactly needs to be done. जल्दी से B का देखते हैं. So you can solve with me. Now, B का स्कोर क्या होना चाहिए? 5-1. By the way, we need to know that B also has, everybody has played 2 matches. 2 का सेट आएगा, कंफर्म हो गया. So we don't need to see this thing again. Okay. Now, matches 1, B ने 1 मैच जीता है, 1 ड्रॉ किया है, और बस 2 ही मैच थे. Okay. एंड जो इसका जो गोल स्कोर्ड है वो 5 है, राइट, दूसरा 1 है. All right, Sanskrit, yeah, that's a good thing. Very, very good. So for B, starting with 5, 5, and here I have 1. So I'll just write, let me write 5, 1, right? So 5, 1 is taken care of. This will be 0, 0, 0. Now you might be thinking that why didn't I, here I started with 4. Here I started with 5. Why? The reason is simple, because there is a draw as well, and draw can happen when no goals are, neither a goal is scored nor conceded, right? So 0, 0 was a possibility. In case of A, 0, 0 is not a possibility. इसलिए ये 1, 0 से होना शुरू होना ही चाहिए. दोनों मैच जीता है ना ये, तो कम से कम ये एक गोल तो करेगा. समझ में आ रही है बात? अगर A दोनों मैच जीता है तो एक किसी भी एक मैच में वो कम से कम एक गोल तो करेगा ही करेगा. और उसने जहां एक गोल किया होगा, दूसरे ने एक भी गोल नहीं किया होगा. दैट इज हाउ इट कैन विन, राइट? बट इन केस ऑफ बी, आई नो दैट बी कैन draw a match even at 0 goals. That is the reason I starting with 5. Is that clear, all of you? Is that clear, guys? अच्छा, और कैसे ड्रॉ कर सकता है? 1-1 से भी कर सकता है. 1-1 से अगर ड्रॉ कर दिया, मुझे टोटल स्कोर 5-1 चाहिए, एक एक पहुंच चुका है, तो ये 4-0 रहा होगा. Is that clear? Here we'll be having only 2 possibilities, because to draw a match at 0 or 1 goal, we have only 2 possibilities, right? अगर आपको एक गोल आपने खाया है ओवरऑल, तो आप ड्रॉ कैसे कर सकते हैं? या तो आपने एक भी गोल नहीं किया होगा, तो आपने एक भी गोल नहीं किया, दूसरे ने एक भी गोल नहीं किया होगा, या फिर आपने एक गोल किया, दूसरे ने भी एक गोल किया होगा. तो बस 2 ही पॉसिबिलिटीज है. देयर इज नो अदर पॉसिबिलिटी, राइट? कमिंग टू सी, इज दैट क्लियर? सी ने क्या किया है? इन्होंने भी एक मैच जीता है और एक ड्रॉ किया है, पर गोल्स 2 ही किए हैं और खाए भी 0 हैं. इसका मतलब ये हुआ, अगर इसने मैच ड्रॉ किया होगा सी ने, तो मैच कैसे ड्रॉ किया होगा? 0-0 से किया होगा, एक तो ये पॉसिबिलिटी है. दूसरा है कि 1-1 से किया होगा. 2-2 से किया होगा क्या? नहीं, क्योंकि इसको एक मैच इसको जीतना भी तो है, राइट? सो वी हैव ओनली 2 पॉसिबिलिटीज हियर. नाउ आई वांट द सम टू बी 2-0. 0-0 ऑलरेडी आ चुका है, तो ये 2-0 अपने आप हो जाएगा. सी हाउ सिंप्लीफाइड इट बिकम्स नाउ. 1-1 है, तो दिस विल बी 1-0 नाउ. Is that clear? Only 2 possibilities for C. There is no other possibility. Right? Understood, everyone? You can't have 2-2 here, because if you make 2-2 here, then there will be no goal left to win a match. So we'll stop here only. Coming to D. What would D have done? D ने ना कोई हारा है ना जीता है, दोनों मैच ड्रॉ कर दिए हैं. एक गोल खाया है और एक गोल किया है और एक गोल खाया है. तो इस बेचारे के पास, इसने दोनों ही मैच ड्रॉ कर दिए भाई, तो क्या कर सकता है? एक भी गोल नहीं किया, दूसरी टीम ने भी नहीं किया, या एक गोल किया, दूसरी ने भी एक ही किया. ओनली 1 पॉसिबिलिटी. What just happened? I think I messed up. Anyways, but I hope you have written this, right? All of you have written it? Yes or no? ठीक है? He has not considered a goal. So, अच्छा, सी का दूसरा रॉन्ग है. बहुत अच्छी बात है, वेरी गुड. हाँ, नहीं हो सकता. बिल्कुल सही, बिल्कुल सही. ठीक है, तो ठीक कर लो तुम लोग. अच्छी बात है. तो फटाफट सारे नोट कर लेते हैं. ए, बी, सी, डी, ई, एफ. All of you note things down. तो सी के सिर्फ एक ही पॉसिबिलिटी हुआ है. Consider the same way. Very good. So let's write this again. 4-1. I needed how much? 5-1. So 4-1, 1-0 was the first thing. All right. ठीक है. दूसरा मैं ऐसे कर लिख देता हूँ. तो 4-1, 1-0. 3-1, 2-0. I'm writing it again, all of it. ठीक है, 3-1 2-0 2-1 3-0। गौरव होता है अंडू यार, मैं खुद ही इस पे ना ट्राई कर रहा हूँ, आई एम जस्ट काइंड ऑफ एक्सपेरिमेंटिंग ऑन इट, दैट इज व्हाई आई एम टेकिंग जस्ट वन सेशन अभी, छोटा वाला। ओके, बी के लिए आई जस्ट राइट एवरीथिंग अगेन, 5-1 0-0 4 लाइन, दैट इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी। द अदर पॉसिबिलिटी हियर इज बी के लिए 4-0 1-1। ऑलराइट, राइटिंग एवरीथिंग अगेन, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी अब किसी को। ओके, all of you got this? C के लिए there's only one possibility, that is 2-0 0-0। ओके, कि सी ने कोई गोल खाया ही नहीं है, बिल्कुल सही बात है। ओके, एक मैच जीता, एक मैच ड्रॉ कर दिया। इज देयर एनी अदर वे which can be done? One match winning, other matches he has drawn, नहीं कर सकता, कर ही नहीं सकता, that is the only way। okay, coming to D had only one case, that is 0-0 1-1, because इसके दोनों मैच ड्रॉ हो चुके हैं, है ना, एक ही गोल किया, एक ही गोल खाया है। इस बंदे ने, सी ने 2 गोल मारे हैं, ठीक है। तो अगर सी ने कहीं एक गोल मारा होता तो दूसरे में एक आता, वो पॉसिबिलिटी नहीं हो पाती, अदरवाइज वो मैच, देयर इज ओनली वन पॉसिबिलिटी। परफेक्ट, कमिंग टू ई ने क्या किया है? ई ने एक भी मैच नहीं जीता, 2 मैच हार गया है, एक गोल इसने किया है, 4 गोल खाए हैं, बाप रे बाप। तो ई की पॉसिबिलिटी क्या हो जाएगी? तो मुझे क्या चाहिए? मुझे सम चाहिए 1-4 सम मेरे को चाहिए हर एक पॉसिबिलिटी में। ओके, 1,4 इज व्हाट आई नीड, so I can take 0-2 1-2, that's a possibility for E, right? This gives us 1-4। all right, what else? 1-4 के लिए यहाँ पे मान लो उसने एक गोल से हार गया हो, 0-1, and now I need overall 1-3, that's the possibility, is that right? all of you got it? Coming to F, this guy has lost both the matches, ओके, एंड एक भी गोल नहीं किया, 7 गोल खाया ये बंदा, तो इसके बहुत सारे केस बन जाएंगे, ठीक है ना। एक केस बनेगा 0-1, 0-6, ये हमेशा 0-7 ही होना चाहिए। फिर केस बनेगा 0-2, 0-5, am I right? That is how it will be 0-7, all of you are getting it? Then 0-3, 0-3, 0-4, that is what happened। 0-4, 0-3 नहीं होगा, that will be repetition of everything। So these are the cases that can be made। Now I will step aside so that all of you note this down and ask me if there is any question, any query that you want to ask। Till then I'll just look at the comments if there are any। okay, Sanskriti, is it the same thing that you did, exactly the same thing, or you said you figured out the matches first? Okay, so that must have taken some time। now all of this is not correct, these are the possibilities, only one set will be correct, you know that, only one set is going to be correct। do I make sense? So either 4-1-1-0 will be correct, or 3-1-2-0, or 2-1-3-0, only one set each will be correct, the same way। so how do we know that which set is correct? how would we know that? है ना, सब पॉसिबिलिटी तो होंगी नहीं, कोई एक इनमें से होगी। तो ये हमें तभी मालूम पड़ सकता है when we see, for example, if I see, let's say something, let's say I see Shah Rukh Khan in the first bracket, Salman in the second bracket, getting it, or within a bracket I see Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, so anywhere if I see the reverse of it, that means those two teams have played against each other। do you understand that? That is how we match। obviously समीर मैच करके, मैच करेंगे कैसे? जैसे मान लो यहाँ है x y, तो यहाँ कहीं भी y x होगा, वो दोनों आपस में जुड़ जाएंगे, वो दोनों ने आपस में खेला होगा। is that clear? So, having said that, if I look at this 4-1 and 4-1-1-0, तो कहीं मुझे 1-4 मिलना चाहिए और 1-4 मुझे कहीं भी नहीं मिल रहा. That means this is a wrong possibility. Did you understand? Reverse करके, absolutely. दूसरा 3-1-2-0, so I should get 1-3 somewhere. Do I have 1-3 anywhere? I have 1-3 over here. Okay, और 2-0 का उल्टा 0-2 ही मिल रहा है क्या? अब 0-2 मुझे सेम ई में नहीं मिलना चाहिए. 1-3 यहां मिल गया है तो ई में 0-2 मिलेगा, उसको मैं काउंट नहीं करूंगा. 0-2 का ये होगा, दोनों पॉसिबिलिटी साथ में नहीं हो सकती, इजंट इट? अगर ई का ये पॉसिबिलिटी मैंने उठा लिया इस 1-3 के साथ, तो ये पॉसिबिलिटी गलत हो जाएगा, बिकॉज आई नीड 0-2 समवेयर एल्स एंड 0-2 इज नोवेयर एल्स, राइट? तुम बोलोगे 0-2 है तो यहाँ पे एफ पे, तो एफ पे 0-2 अगर है तो एफ का 0-5 वाला कहीं ना कहीं 5-0 होना चाहिए, वो कहीं नहीं है. दैट इज वाई दिस इज नॉट पॉसिबल. तो अल्टीमेटली आई कैन नॉट टेक दिस एज वेल. तो लेट्स सी दिस वन. ये होना चाहिए. 2-1 का उल्टा 1-2 है. कहां पे है 1-2? वेयर डू वी हैव 1-2? वी हैव 1-2 हियर. दैट्स अ पॉसिबिलिटी. एंड 3-0 का उल्टा 0-3 कहां पे है? वो है यहां पे. वाओ. सो वी गॉट द आइडिया. Got it? So now we got the idea. It's AE and AF. So now we have determined A ke both the matches AE. So this is the correct option. The score was 2-1 and for AF it was. Understood? Understood guys? तो अब मुझे यहाँ पे AF का F का मिल चुका है, 0-3 है, तो F का दूसरा 0-4 वाला ही होगा. तो F के ये दोनों ऑप्शंस गलत हो गए और E का हमारा ये ऑप्शन सही था, राइट? 0-1 तो अगला 3-1 देखना चाहिए कहीं ना कहीं, तो E का ये वाला गलत हो गया. अब हमारी लाइफ में बहुत कम डेटा बचा हुआ है. देखो ये सब ये किसी काम का नहीं रहा, ये किसी काम का नहीं रहा. ऑलराइट, इज दैट कूल? गॉट इट? ठीक है, अब देखते हैं कौन बचा हुआ है. बी में देखते हैं. अगर मेरे 5-1 यहां मिला, मुझे 1-5 मिलना चाहिए. अब बी का ए के साथ तो नहीं होगा, ये ए का हो चुका है जो भी होना था, है ना? नथिंग इज लेफ्ट. और बी का अगर होता भी ए के साथ, क्योंकि ए के दो मैचेस हो चुके हैं, तो बी का किसी और के साथ होगा, सी के साथ, डी के साथ या ई. देखते हैं, है ना? इज दैट राइट? बी का किस तरह हो सकता है? बी का सी के साथ हो सकता है क्या? एनी पॉसिबिलिटी? 5-1 से नहीं हो सकता, 0-0 से 0-0. B and C could have, done it. But if 0-0 was a case, then 5-1 के लिए कहीं ना कहीं 1-5 भी होना चाहिए. 1-5 E और F में तो है ही नहीं, है ना? देखो यहां भी नहीं है. That means this is a wrong case. So right case is this 4-0 and 1-1. We need to see where do we have 1-1 again. So 1-1, this and this are making sense. That means B and D played against each other and the score was 1-1. Is that clear? All of you got that? Now B का 4-0 would be with whom? 0-4 किसके पास है? ये रहा 0-4. मजा ही आ गया, है ना? तो B and F played against each other and the score was 4-0. Wow. Perfect. तो F का भी काम खत्म, B का भी काम खत्म. हमें B देखना ही नहीं दोबारा. अब हमें बचा है सिर्फ C और D, और D का 1-1 वाला हो चुका है, तो 0-0 बचा है, वो इसके साथ खेल लेगा. ठीक है, तो C खेल लेगा D के साथ. All right. What will be it? ZD will be 0-0. They have drawn the match against each other. Is that cool? And anything else is left? यार मैंने गलत काट दी, इसको नहीं काटना था, इसको काटना था. मैं भी क्या कर रहा हूँ, ये सही था ना? 2-1-1-2, हाँ 0-2 AE का है, ये जाएगा. E का एक और मैच बचा है, which will be played with this guy C. 2-0-0-2. हाँ ठीक है, गलती से दूसरा काट दिया. काटना मेरे को ये पार्ट था, मैंने ये काट दिया. सो आई थिंक दिस इज करेक्ट. मैं स्माइली बना देता हूँ. करेक्ट. ओके, नाउ इट्स क्लियर. समीर ठीक हो गया, वो गड़बड़ नहीं हुआ, वो गलत वाला काट दिया था. पहला केस सही है, दूसरा वाला सही गलत है, वहां मैंने टिक किया हुआ है इसको. तो this is correct. Now let me get aside and all of you look at this, try to absorb the information, tell me, Aditi and Sanskriti and anybody else who solved it. इंटरेस्टिंग है ना? तो यहाँ पे 5 मिनट लग सकते हैं ये सॉल्व करने में, उसके बाद ऑप्शंस तो आंसर्स तो गलत मतलब इजी ही है. ऑल ऑफ यू गॉट इट? कूल. लाइकली अदिति, लाइकली होने से नहीं होता ना. बोथ द सेट शुड बी सेटिस्फाइड. that was the problem that you are telling me the blunder that you made, right? So all of you have noted this down because I'm gonna change the slide now, and I might lose this data. I'll have to fix it somehow, which I'll fix in the next class. But for now, I think you can write this data. Done. So let's go to the first question. कौन सा सही है इसमें से? Which of the following matches are yet to be played? पहला बोल रहा है ए बी का मैच नहीं हुआ है. This has to be played, right? And team सी डी का मैच हो चुका है. CD match has been done. So option A is wrong. Second option says team CD have played. Option C, team E and team F का नहीं हुआ है. But option C में we also have team B and D जिनका हो चुका है. तो option C is also wrong. Option D says team C and team D they have played. D is wrong. Option E, team A team B नहीं हुआ है अभी तक. Team E team F का भी अभी तक नहीं हुआ है. So here the answer is this one, A. All right. Is that clear? E option, correct. Next, which combination is correct? Which combo is correct here? पहला बोल रहा है टीम ए एंड डी. टीम ए डी तो प्ले ही नहीं किया साथ में. सेकंड बोल रहा है टीम ए ई. टीम ए ई ने प्ले किया था एंड 2-1 वाज करेक्ट. सो ऑप्शन बी इज करेक्ट हियर. ऑलराइट. और थर्ड जो क्वेश्चन है वो मैंने तुम लोग को, हाँ अंकित देख लेंगे कोई बात नहीं, बट यू हैव रिटन इट नाउ. एंड थर्ड क्वेश्चन इज ऑन द पिन्ड कमेंट व्हिच सेज which of the following score is not a possible outcome in the tournament? All right. So if you look at the pinned comment, can you see that? So first one says team A to F is 4-0. Obviously option A is wrong. So not correct push रहा था, तो option A will be the answer there. All right. Understood everyone? So I hope this setup and the screen combination and the voice and the figures are all making sense to you. There is no hodgepodge. Things are written clearly. It's legible. Yes or no? Any query, any suggestion, anything you want to tell before we start the next set? Did you understand it? रौनक से एग्जाम हो जाए फिर आपसे एक वार्डरोब का लिंक. Oh, रौनक ये. All right. Okay. Is this clear, everyone? Nice. Good. Now look at this. First of all, read this information because there are a lot of data elements here. A lot of sets are, lot of, what do you say, charts are there, which I have to show you. The graph below, I'll show the graph, represent the performance of 4 professors across years measured on 4 variables. First is percentage of time spent on research, teaching, feedback on a scale of 10, right hand side. I'll show you the graph, you'll get to know. And number of publications on right hand side. So abhi graph दिखाऊंगा. Assume that the cumulative time spent per year on research and teaching activities are same. Okay, so here this is an important information. Cumulative time spent per year, okay, on research and teaching activities are same for all 4 professors, and each of them taught only one course of 90 classroom hours. So 90 hours is what they spent on what? On teaching and research. There are 4 data elements here. One is time spent on research. और अच्छा यहाँ परसेंटेज है, एग्जैक्टली एब्सोल्यूट नंबर नहीं दिया कितने घंटे लग चुके हैं, ठीक है. यहाँ बोला है कि इतना परसेंटेज ऑफ टाइम स्पेंट आउट ऑफ 90 आवर्स, ऑब्वियसली. टीचिंग फीडबैक ऑन अ स्केल ऑफ 10. राइट हैंड साइड पे दिखाऊंगा मैं नंबर पब्लिकेशन राइट हैंड साइड. ऑलराइट, इज दिस क्लियर? दिस पार्ट इज क्लियर, यस और नो? एफिलिएट प्रोग्राम, हाँ सही आइडिया है. मैं डाल दूंगा, एक स्टोर बना देता हूँ यहाँ पे यूट्यूब पे, ठीक है ना. जिसको मेरा वार्डरोब खरीदना है खरीद लेना. मुझे पता नहीं था कि ये वाला बिजनेस भी हो सकता है. थैंक्स रौनक फॉर सेइंग दैट. नाउ आई विल काइंड ऑफ फ्लेक्स ऑल माय क्लोथ्स. और सर्दियों में और मौका मिलता है करने का. All right, okay, so that is what we know. Now I'm going to the next one. See, this is how the graph looks like. So there are professors. First name is Professor Arithmetic. I'll make एक बार खुद ग्राफ को देखो. अरिथ्रो, यस. यहाँ पे ये कैसे बोल रहा है? 0%, 10%. Here you see on the left hand side, on the right hand side you see this is a kind of data representation which is known as column graph. Bar graph नहीं बोलते. Bar graph is always horizontal. This column graph is always vertical. This is not just column graph. It's a combination of so many graphs. It's a stacked column graph. First of all, stacked. What is stacked? In one column we have different data elements. Like here, see, in one column you have teaching as well as research, isn't it? देखो यहाँ पे भी ऐसा है. So all these options, all the graphs, what we see here, we see that there is teaching and research. Both of these are stacked into one column. They're stacked into one column. So basically, if I look at the first one, 2010, Professor Geometry ka, 50% was for teaching and remaining 50% was for research. 50% of what, by the way? 90 hours. All of you understand that? ठीक है ना? परसेंटेज के फॉर्म में दिया हुआ है. So and so this is stacked column graph. Also there are line graphs. लाइन ग्राफ भी है. तो येलो वाला था नंबर ऑफ पब्लिकेशन का. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि इन्होंने, अच्छा, अब जब पब्लिकेशन देखना है तो आप परसेंट नहीं देखोगे, तो आप ये देखोगे हियर, दिस डेटा. इज दैट कूल? बाय द वे ये 2 है, थोड़ा सा डायग्राम में ऐसा होगा, ये 2 ही है ना. लाइन के ऊपर दिख रहा, कोई बात नहीं, इसे 2 मानना, इसको तुम 3 मानना. ऑलराइट, समझ में आ रहा है? अच्छा, तो लाइन ग्राफ के लिए डेटा ये रहा 0 to 9. So gray wala is for feedback, yellow wala is for number of publications. So this is the kind of data representation in which they are using stacked column graphs as well as 2 line graphs, and the y-axis is representing 2 kinds of things. One is absolute value from 0 to 9, other is percentage from 0 to 100. Strange, right? इनफैक्ट 10 तक होना चाहिए, ये थोड़ा सा ऊपर नीचे हो गया है. 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. तो व्हेन यू रीड दिस ग्राफ थोड़ा सा अच्छे से देखना उसको ना. संस्कृति, यस, इट इज सो मच डेटा, लॉट ऑफ डेटा. ऑल ऑफ यू गॉट दैट? और एक बात बताऊं तुम लोग को, वो तो मैं बहुत शरीफ इंसान हूं कि मैंने ग्राफ को ऐसा कर दिया. आई हैव यूज्ड सो मेनी कलर्स हियर. You know what they did in XAT? What they did in XAT? Because they can't use colors. So you know what they did? Instead of this blue, they used this horizontal shading. Instead of this orange, they used, I think, this crosswise shading. Black में, all black. Okay. And in the feedback, they use black lines only. What they did, they use a triangle on the pointers. Here they use the circles on the pointers. That is what they did. Now think about the kind of back trip you are going to have. कर रहे हैं गौरव वाला, ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट था. मयूर बिल्कुल वही होता है. वो तो मैंने अच्छा कर दिया. So people are thinking that इतना डेटा है. Now think about this, that I have made it simpler. It will not be that simple in the real XAT because they have only one color, that is black. All right. So you are going to, the baddest trip that you can have, worst trip that you can have in XAT is going to be this only. All right. 50 shades of wow, Gaurav. Underrated comment. Chalo, look at the question. The first question says, which of the following shows the maximum year-to-year percentage growth in feedback? Second says, count the number of instances in which annual decreasing efforts in research is accompanied with annual increase in feedback. And the third one, the last question here will be, I'll have to, kind of do something about this software. Not liking it. I'll use some other software to, kind of, yeah, this is the third one. Research efficiency is the ratio of cumulative number of publication for a period of 3 years, the cumulative number of hours spent on research activity in those 3 years. सीधी सी बात है, आपने रिसर्च इतनी कर रखी है तो भाई पब्लिकेशन भी बनाओ, है ना, है कि नहीं? देखो, मैं थोड़ा सा तुम्हें हंसी मजाक करके सिंपलीफाई कर दूंगा सेट को, बट जैट में कोई खड़ा होगा नहीं ऐसे ना आपको सिंपल हंसी मजाक करने के लिए. तुमने अगर इतनी रिसर्च की है तो भाई पब्लिकेशन कहाँ है तुम्हारा? दैट इज व्हाट एफिशिएंसी मींस. तुमने पढ़ लिया 10 घंटे, पब्लिकेशन एक भी नहीं किया तो गलत बात है ना. तो दैट इज व्हाट एफिशिएंसी वाज. रिसर्च एफिशिएंसी इज द रेशियो ऑफ publications the published material in 3 years upon the activity in terms of number of hours in those 3 years. Which of the following process is the least efficient for the period 2015 to 17? एक बात और, अगर तुमने ध्यान से नहीं पढ़ा बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम फंस जाओगे. जैसे कि 15 to 17 की बात कर रहा है, तुमने अगर बहुत स्मार्ट बनने के चक्कर में 10 to 17 कर दिया तो दिक्कत हो जाएगी. ऑलराइट. तो ये सवाल ऐसा है जहां पे सावधानी हटी दुर्घटना घटी. दूसरी बात ये बता दूं मैं तुम लोग को, एक बहुत अच्छी बात, कि जब भी इस टाइप के ओवरलोडेड इंफॉर्मेशन वाले सेट आ जाए तो हमें उन सेट्स को करना चाहिए, छोड़ना नहीं चाहिए. ऑलराइट. Sanskriti, ideal time to solve such sets? Yes, Sanskriti, I'm going to that only. So, if you're feeling that I'll say that if a set it looks like it has got overload of information, you need to skip it. No, you need to do it. I'll tell you why. Because the moment you look at the questions are so simple in nature. So more the data, less the calculation. Getting it? And if it is so much data and it's an MBA entrance exam, it is not an exam of data analysts, right? That you have to deal with millions of data sets. No. All these data sets are going to these simple questions. It's just basically ratios and percentage. That's it. Nothing else. Got it? So you should be doing it definitely. And now, because I can't show you all the diagrams, all the this thing charts at once, so I would ideally, what I'll suggest is, let's look at the first question and let's see which chart is important here. Which of the following shows the maximum year-to-year percentage growth in feedback? So first one says professor arithmetic during 13 to 14. So if you write down data for everything, you'll be, wasting like 2 hours of your time. So whatever information is given, just look at this. Arithmetic वाले प्रोफेसर ने 13 से 14 के बीच में क्या ग्रोथ दिखाया था, उसके लिए मेरे को सिर्फ ये देखना होगा. So I will wait at every graph for 25 seconds. All right. And you know what you do. Maximum year-to-year percentage growth. Calculate the percentage growth in feedback of professor arithmetic during 13 to 14 and algebra also during 15 to 16. Arithmetic 13 to 14, algebra 15 to 16. Look at the graph. Clear? So 25, 15 seconds each I'm giving to you. 30 seconds I'm counting in my mind. 13 to 14, 15 to 16. All right. Time up. So now, here we have both of them and Professor Calculus during this time. So solve it. It's in front of you. First question can be solved without paying much heed to whatever the graph was. Getting it? So So this is the previous graph, the previous question. Still, you needed to do something with the information given. Here, don't have to look at the information unless it is given in the question and the options. We'll just kind of eliminate that. You will find the answer within next 30 seconds. I'm pretty sure about that for the first question itself. So here, for every option, you need to calculate. That is the only thing. So this is a game of calculation, not anything else. All right. So even if you take, let's say, 1 minute for each question, it'll be 3 minutes only. And I'm giving you 5 minutes for 3 questions because then won't be asking more than 3 questions in one set. So this set could be done in 5 minutes. Absolutely. Okay, tell me the answer. Data is in front of you. Come on. Okay. All right. Let's solve these two. Professor Calculus during 12 to 13. 12 to 13. And they're talking about what? Feedback. Feedback is this gray line. Right? Feedback is gray. Am I right? Yes. Professor 12 to what? 13. 12 to 13. I think this is the answer. Maximum year to year. Okay, maximum. Growth. They ask growth. Here it is declining. Isn't it? Why I'm saying Professor Calculus. Yeah. What is the answer? हाँ रौनक सही है नीचे देखना है मैं ऊपर देख रहा था मैं ऐसे ज्योमेट्री पढ़ रहा हूँ देख लो ये सिली मिस्टेक्स होती है कैलकुलस 12 to 13 this is 4 to 7 oh 4 to 7 growth of 3 units over 4 3 on 4 is 75% isn't it 25% is a lot I don't think इससे ज़्यादा कोई हो सकता है 14 to 15 is how much 14 to this is 6 to 9 growth of 3 on 6 that is 50%. Oh, fourth is not correct. He looks correct to me. बाकी देखते हैं algebra और arithmetic कितना था इतना तो नहीं रहा होगा. I'm pretty sure about that. Right? So for C it is 75%. All right. For C it is 75%, and before that. I need to do something about this software. This is driving me crazy. Anyways, okay. Yeah. 12 to 13 was how much? It declined kar gaya. Right? It actually declined. And what else was there? The next was 13 to 14 पूछा है. कितना पूछा कितना देख लो यार. मतलब I think this is something which I don't even have to discuss. 13 to 14 पूछा हुआ. 13 में this was 4. It has become 6. So obviously this is 50% only. And then it was Professor Algebra 15 to 16. This is 5 to 8. T on 5 is 60%. Okay, cool. So 75% was the maximum. The correct answer here is option 3. Clear? All of you got option 3? Very good. Coming to second question. The number of instances in which annual decreasing efforts in research is accompanied with annual increase in feedback. So let's do one thing. पहले इन दोनों कर लेते हैं and I'll change the slide. You can count for the other two also. Okay? Count it. Like research decreased but feedback increased. Professor, geometry. From 10 to 11, you can see that, right? See, from 10 to 11, what has happened? Now you don't have to calculate things. Okay, Aditi? No need to, kind of use a lot of brain here. This is symbolic. See, this orange bar is talking about the research. By the way, even if I look at just the size of orange bar, it will be same because overall it's 90 hours. So even if I look at the symbolic representation, because I know that overall it's 90 hours, it'll be same thing. You don't have to actually calculate the number of hours. Is that clear? सच में कितने घंटे लगाए वो हमें काउंट नहीं करना है, वो 90 घंटे का ही कुछ परसेंट है. तो ऑरेंज बार की लेंथ देख के मालूम पड़ जाएगा कम हुआ कि ज्यादा हुआ. तो 10 to 11, 2010 to 2011 में हुआ क्या? ऑरेंज बार छोटा हो गया, रिसर्च कम हो गई, बट फीडबैक ग्रो करा है. वाह, फीडबैक ग्रो करा है. 10 to 11 में ऐसा हुआ है. 11 to 12 में रिसर्च बढ़ गया है, तो ये नहीं होगा. यहाँ और बढ़ गया, ये भी नहीं होगा. 13 to 14 में रिसर्च कम हो गया है और फीडबैक बढ़ गया है, तो ये हो जाएगा. ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है. अच्छा, यहाँ 15 में कम हुआ, दिस रिसर्च हैज इंक्रीज्ड. हमें देखना है जहां पे कम हो रहा है, राइट? 15-16 में रिसर्च कम हुआ है बट फीडबैक भी कम हो गया, तो वो काउंट नहीं होगा. देयर आर ओनली 2 इंस्टेंसेस हियर. इज दैट क्लियर? इट्स अ विजुअल टेस्ट, रौनक. एब्सोल्युटली. So 2010 to 11, right? And 2013 to 14 for geometry. There are two instances. Coming to Professor Calculus. Professor Calculus, if you look at 10 to 11, the same thing has happened. The orange bar has decreased, but the feedback has increased. There is one instance. Orange bar has decreased, feedback has decreased. No, we don't want that. Feedback increased, we don't want that. Feedback remains same, we don't want that. Feedback research remains same, we don't want that. Research decreased and feedback increased, we want this. Baki feedback kam ho raha hai, don't need to even see that. So here we have 2 instances. Is that clear? For geometry and for calculus, I'm just repeating. From geometry, it's from 2010 to 11 and 2013 to 14. For Professor Calculus, it's from 2010 to 11 and 14 to 15. 2 to 4 हो गया. ठीक है. इसके पहले लोग कितने थे ये दोनों देख लेते हैं. इनमें कितना हुआ है? प्रोफेसर अरिथमेटिक एंड प्रोफेसर algebra. So Professor arithmetic, if I see this is increasing, I don't need if it is increasing. I just want to see whether orange line is decreasing or not. Decreases here, but feedback also. See, from 12 to 13, orange length decreases. I want that, but at the same time, feedback should also increase. But feedback has decreased here. I won't count it. From 13 to 14, orange line has decreased and feedback has risen. So I want this. There is one instance. यहाँ बढ़ गया, I don't want that. From 15 to 16, orange length has decreased, feedback has improved. I want that. Here, orange has increased. I don't want that. So 2 instances here also. For Professor Arithmetic, I have 2 instances. Is that right? Let's look at Professor Algebra. 10 to 11, feedback decrease किया, नहीं चाहिए. तो मतलब दोनों चीजें होनी चाहिए. Orange line छोटी हो जाए और ग्रे ग्राफ बड़ा ऊपर चला जाए. बस ये दो जहां पे हो रहा है. अदिति, ब्रेन नॉट ब्रेनिंग, इतनी छोटी सी बात ब्रेन नॉट ब्रेनिंग बोल के तुम कूल लग रही हो, लेकिन मजा नहीं आ रहा. ठीक है ना? ब्रेन नॉट ब्रेनिंग, द फ्रेज इज कूल, बट द फ्रेज इज नॉट फ्रेजिंग फॉर दिस. फ्रेज नॉट फ्रेजिंग, मैंने ही बना दिया आज एक नया, ठीक है, जेन अल्फा का बना दिया, जेन जी छोड़ो। ऑलराइट, फ्रेज नॉट फ्रेजिंग हियर बिकॉज यू जस्ट हैव टू सी ऑरेंज बार छोटा हो जाए और ग्रे वाला ऊपर चला जाए, इससे आसान जिंदगी में कुछ हो नहीं सकता। आइदर नहीं है रौनक, एंड ठीक है ना। तो प्रोफेसर अलजेब्रा, अगर ये छोटा हो रहा है तो मैं फीडबैक देखूंगा, वो तो फीडबैक भी छोटा हो गया, नहीं चाहिए। ऑरेंज लेंथ छोटा हो जाए और ग्रे वाला बड़ा हो जाए, ऑरेंज छोटा हुआ ग्रे बड़ा हो गया, ये काउंट करूंगा 11 to 12। ऑरेंज बड़ा नहीं काउंट करूंगा, ऑरेंज छोटा ग्राफ नीचे ग्रे नीचे नहीं काउंट करूंगा, ऑरेंज छोटा ग्राफ ऊपर काउंट करूंगा, 2 बार हो गया। ऑरेंज छोटा ग्राफ और ऊपर, ये भी काउंट करूंगा, फिर ये ग्राफ नीचे आ गया, ओके, ऑरेंज ही बड़ा हो गया। सो मैं 3 इंस्टेंसेस हियर। तो अरिथमेटिक में 2 इंस्टेंसेस, अलजेब्रा में 3 इंस्टेंसेस, in professor geometry and calculus there were 2 instances each, so 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 is 9. The answer is 9. Option 3 here, option 3 here. In both the cases we have option 3. हाँ रौनक, कर तो वो भी मैं ही रहा हूं, ठीक है, चलो आगे देख लेते हैं। रिसर्च एफिशिएंसी, इसको काउंट कर लो। तो भगवान से बनाओगे ऐसा सवाल आ जाए एग्जैक्ट में। Efficiency is the ratio of cumulative number of publication। हाँ ठीक है, ये पहले भी डिस्कस कर चुके हैं। लीस्ट एफिशिएंट कौन है बता दो मेरे को। इसके लिए you will have to calculate, this is the most calculative of all the questions, you need to calculate for everyone। मुझे लगता है कि 90 आवर्स की जो बात थी ना, वो बेकार की बात है, किसी काम की नहीं हमारे वो। वी कैन जस्ट लुक एट परसेंटेज एंड सॉल्व इट। प्रोफेसर अरिथमेटिक, इफ यू वांट टू सॉल्व, आई विल जस्ट गो फुल स्क्रीन हियर बिकॉज दैट विल नीड सम काइंड ऑफ कैलकुलेशन। ओके, फुल स्क्रीन मोड, हियर आई गो। So for arithmetic, do you have the screenshots? प्रोफेसर अरिथमेटिक ने कितना, इन्होंने ये किया है, पब्लिकेशन कितना किया है अरिथमेटिक वाले ने, देखें क्या, पीछे जाना पड़ेगा मेरे को, आप तो काइंड ऑफ, ओके। कुछ तो तरीका पीछे आने का होगा। आई एम नॉट ट्राइंग, आई एम नॉट एबल टू यूज दिस सॉफ्टवेयर समहाउ, बट आई लुक एट इट आफ्टर द क्लास इज ओवर। ऑलराइट, so this says कितना किया अरिथमेटिक ने, टेल मी, कितने रिसर्च पब्लिश कर दिए इन्होंने, नंबर ऑफ पब्लिकेशन 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, ये 0 है, 6 plus 2 is 8। ऑलराइट, किस साल से किस साल तक देखना है हमें इसके लिए, 15 to 17 देखना है, 15 to 17। अरिथमेटिक यहाँ पे कितना किया इन्होंने, 2 plus 3 plus 3, 8 पब्लिकेशन किए हैं। प्रोफेसर अरिथमेटिक has published 8 publications, right? yes, और भी सेशन होंगे। अदिति, यू आर ब्लेस्ड टू बी रोस्टेड, पिछले साल तो, इस साल तो मौका ही नहीं मिला मेरे को। जो लोग रोस्ट होते हैं मेरे से बहुत अच्छा करते हैं। लास्ट ईयर 3 लोग रोस्ट हुए थे, उन्होंने टॉप किया था। टॉप तो कैट में कोई नहीं करता, 99 के ऊपर लाए थे पिछले साल 2024 की बात कर रहा हूँ। वेल, अरिथमेटिक ने 8 पब्लिकेशन किए हैं, ओके, और रिसर्च में कितना टाइम लगा दिया इन्होंने। अब कोई इंसान बहुत ज़्यादा कैलकुलेटिव मास्टरमाइंड बनने के चक्कर में 90 आवर्स का 70% निकालेगा, फिर उसको लिखेगा, फिर ये निकालेगा, फिर ऐड करेगा और आंसर निकालेगा। वो सब मास्टरमाइंड वाले लोग हैं, उन्हें वो करना नहीं है। वी डोंट डू दैट। सी, द थिंग इज, इफ यू वांट टू कंपेयर all the professors teaching for 90 hours only, they're investing 90 hours only. So all I'm concerned about is this orange bar is representing 70%, right? Or I can say 0.7, or to make it simpler, I'll just call it 7 units. Do you understand? Those who are watching and those who do not have this enough idea of ratios, do you understand ratios basically relative quantity? So if I'm comparing all the people, all 4 professors with 90%, 90 hours ka some percentage, so if I remove the 90 and remove the percentage, how does it matter? Does it matter? Do you understand that? Kuch yes or no bol do. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. That is the first thing. The other thing is, what I will, this is the smart approach. To make it even smarter, what I will say, even 70 doesn't matter. Only 7 matters. Because these, all of them are in multiples of 10. इन्होंने 1, 2, 3 बोल दिया तो हम वही यूज कर लेते हैं यार. Let's count 7 only. This is 7. 7 है ना ये. This is 7. This is 5. This is 6. 7 plus 5, 12 plus 6 is 18. 8 upon 18 is his efficiency. 8 upon 18 is his efficiency. What is 8 upon 18? 2 4s are 2 9s are 4 by 9. So let's, somewhere you just write down 4 by 9. 4 by 9 efficiency of arithmetic professor. Coming to Professor Algebra. He published 3 plus 2 plus 3. That is 8 publications. और इनका जो ये था, ये this is how much? This is 3. This is 2.5. This is 4. 9.5. So 8 upon 9.5. 8 upon 9.5. वहां कितना था? 8 upon 18 था क्या? हाँ, यहाँ 8 upon 9.5 है. This guy is more efficient. Professor Algebra is more efficient, isn't it? Professor Algebra, नहीं, एक मिनट. इन्होंने कितना, इसका हमें निकालना है किसका बेसिकली 15, 16, 17 का पब्लिकेशन अपॉन दैट है ना. ऑल राइट, व्हाट इज इट? रेशियो ऑफ publications to the number of hours on research activity. हाँ ठीक है, okay. Now next is, ठीक तो कर रहे, Professor Geometry. He has published 3 plus 1 plus 4. अभी 3 plus 1 plus 4 है, 5 है. I have to see that. Let me just check this out. ठीक है, सही है. Okay, so here this guy has done 3 plus 1 plus 4. 8 public, इसने भी 8 ही किए. And here he has taken how many? 7.5. This is 2.5 makes 10 plus 2 12. 8 upon 12, that is 3 by 4. 3 by 4. ये बंदा भी ज्यादा एफिशिएंट है. ये बंदा भी ज्यादा एफिशिएंट है किससे? अरिथमेटिक वाले से. हमें निकालना है लीस्ट. लीस्ट कौन है? अभी तक तो अरिथमेटिक ही लग रहा है. ठीक है. प्रोफेसर कैलकुलस 3 plus 3 6. सबने 8 कर रखे हैं. पहले बोल देते ये लोग. Anyways, so this is 5.5. This is also 5.5. 11 plus 6 is 17. 8 upon 17. ये भी ज्यादा एफिशिएंट है. वो 8 upon 18 था पहला वाला. So answer is Professor Arithmetic. No need to even think about that, because you know what? All of these professors have published 8 publications each. So we don't even have to, think about that. कितना सिंपल हो गया हमारी जिंदगी. हमें सिर्फ ये काउंट करना था कि डिनोमिनेटर किसका सबसे ज्यादा है. सबसे ज्यादा अरिथमेटिक का था, 18 था. वही आंसर है. बाकी लोग का कम है. बाकी किसी का 11 है, किसी का 17, किसी का 9 है ना. तो दैट्स ऑल. एंड आई थिंक नो नीड टू टेल यू दिस थिंग. मैं मान के चल रहा हूँ कि तुम लोग अगर दैट हमारा 1 हफ्ते बाद है, तुम्हें बेसिक कैलकुलेशन तो आता ही होगा, है ना. कि ये तो समझते हो कि न्यूमरेटर अपॉन डिनोमिनेटर अगर है तो इन अ फ्रैक्शन व्हाट हैपेंस? इफ डिनोमिनेटर इंक्रीजेस द फ्रैक्शन डिक्रीजेस, राइट? आई होप यू नो दैट. वैसे आई एम बीइंग ironical here. I know you know that, right? And when numerator is constant of all the people, then more the denominator, less the fraction. And efficiency is basically a fraction. Yes, Aryan. ठीक है. So 2018 का PYQ is over. And I'm feeling really good about this because this took me less than an hour, less than 1.5 hours. Perfect. So no need to waste any time. No need to give gyan that is not required for that. So I will just end the stream over here. I would suggest you guys, all of you who have not solved any PYQ yet, or maybe all of you who are on grad school platform, not solved any sectional tests yet, go and solve a sectional test. Probably I'll come live again at 9 p.m. I have to fix this software. But overall, I think the visibility, the audibility, and the legibility of writing on all those parameters, I think it is good to go, right? In fact, I'm somehow feeling that last year, and from the last 3.5 years, I have been teaching on this digital board, but every time either the board was bad or my look looked bad because of the lighting issues, sometimes tech issues, all those things are solved. All things are sorted. It's 4K resolution, I believe. Tell me, yeah, isn't it? There is no extra lighting, dim lighting, or any kind of those things are not there. It looks really great. I'm happy about that. This is the first time it's my own setup. I'm really happy about that. So I will see you again probably at 9 p.m. If not, tomorrow I'll be having one session of DI, and day after there will be 3 sessions. So I'm covering all the PYQs one by one. Okay. Take care. Bye bye. Mayur Raj Purohit, jacket is from Sold Store. Drip and setup looking fire. All right, Aryan. Cool then. Soul Store, yes, Soul Store. Yes, Rovik, I was thinking about that only, but I think you know that I was trying to install this setup. So that took some time, and that is the reason. Otherwise, I would have started in the morning, 10 to 11, but that did not happen. So 9 p.m. would not be that long. Uh, if 9 p.m. session happens at all, it'll be 1.5 hours long, not more than that. Basically, my idea is to pick one PYQ, 1 year at one point of time. 8 hour session will be there, most probably day after tomorrow, because the setup will be totally fine. And day after tomorrow, I don't have the other classes which I have tomorrow. By the way, tomorrow we have the first class of Maharashtra CET. MHCT, already 5 people have signed up. In that, in anybody in case is appearing for MHCT, you can attend tomorrow's class. Tomorrow there will be that class also at 9 p.m., which will be of 2 hours, which usually happens. It will be DI only because we have done the entire quant. एंड वर्बल भी काफ़ी कर लिया है, डिसीजन मेकिंग भी सब कुछ हो चुका है, एक्सेप्ट द those decision making sets in which the some kind of logic or mathematics is involved. That is pending. Probably I'll do that tomorrow, and then there'll be continuous 2 days of DI, because that is the reason I took this board to solve DI. और and also 7 days to SAT का एक वीडियो बनाने वाला हूँ मैं, कल सुबह लॉन्च कर दूंगा. So all of you follow that strategy. And by the way, any strategy, following a strategy does not really help. वो तुम जो भी बोलूँगा वो भाषणबाजी ही होती है. I don't want to do that. But I will just give you some empirical strategy which is in sync with the classes that I'm going to take in this week, and things that you can do in addition to solving at least 3 mocks in this coming week. So I'll just give you empirical data points. The tasks I will give you, time you will manage. All right. Cool then. Bye-bye. All right then. Take care. Bye-bye.